I, 30F, feel violated and confused after date with 26M. Last night was my third date with a guy. To give some context, we had spoken about having sex prior to this date as our sexual chemistry was very strong. We had both agreed that it's probably too soon despite really wanting to. However, I did agree that we could mess around, just not have sex. Well, shortly after agreeing to this, he put his penis inside of me without asking, and I was shocked. I looked at him and asked why he did that. And he looked at me and said, "I didn't, it was you." I proceeded to have sex with him in the moment because in my mind I thought it was too late now that he was already inside of me. Before this took place last night, I arrived at his place and he seemed more quiet and less interested in me. I noticed that he was being a bit sassy with me and kind of short, as well as mimicking certain things I would say. Prior to this he was very sweet and engaging and seemed very interested, so this energy shift was strange to me. This morning and on my drive home after our date I felt used and kind of sick, sad. I felt really gross and caught off guard because I was not expecting this sort of behavior from him. When I asked him about it, he was very apologetic and said that he wouldn't have done that if he didn't think I wanted to and was interested, and that he should have probably verbalized it. This didn't make me feel any better for some reason. Especially because I had to text him to start the conversation. He usually texts me every day, and didn't today, which made me feel even more used. When I told him I was surprised that I didn't hear from him, he said that he didn't hear from me, so he figured I wanted space and was overthinking whether or not he should text me. So he was waiting for me to text him. And obviously chose not to. I am left feeling confused and not really sure what to think. This has never happened to me and I can't make sense of his behavior. Added after original post. I am having this weird feeling in my womb space, lower abdomen. Like energy moving around, and it's creeping me out. I don't know how to describe it. Like my body is having some sort of reaction to the thought of this all. My mind wants to ignore it, but it's uncomfortable. Sounds like the typical asshole, selfish and irresponsible. I think they'd rather lose an arm than be honest about what they want and what they're doing. I'd say just leave because he enjoys this stupid game he's doing. I didn't, it was you. Said he wouldn't have done it if he didn't think I wanted to. This didn't make me feel better for some reason. Yeah, because he admitted he lied about it, being you, and then made up a different lie. He's a liar and he pushed you into sex he knew very well you didn't want to have. That sick feeling in your gut is your body warning you to stay the fuck away from this rapist. Damn, no condom. You may have an STD now. Get checked. Not sure where you're from, but in Sydney, your local hospital will do it for free. How does someone just casually put their penis inside of you? Were you guys laying together with no clothes on, or what happened? Proceeded to have sex with him in the moment because in my mind I thought it was too late now that he was already inside of me. Weird thing to do. My 26 female boyfriend, 30 male, wants me to admit that I cheated because I tested positive for an STD. In 2019, I 26 female called my boyfriend, 30 male, of 7 months, telling him to go get tested for chlamydia. I just received a call from the OBGYN, after a routine checkup, that I had it. I didn't think anything of it at the time, because I stupidly didn't get tested before we started the relationship. I didn't care which of us gave it to each other, and thought to just get the medicine and be healthy after the week. Well, he goes to get tested, and it's negative. A slew of problems begin, as one could imagine, such as brainstorming who gave it to me. Just weeks before, I went to an EDM festival with 3 girlfriends, and he automatically believes that is where I cheated on him. I didn't, in fact, I had a pretty lousy time. We break up for this issue about a year later, as his trust issues never subsided. It always comes back to the mystery chlamydia, and the belief that I am lying. A few months go by, and we rekindle things, his initiative. It always goes well, and then he revisits the mystery STD, and he breaks it off. A few months later, he tries to rekindle things, and then he has all of these doubts that I got away with cheating. This has been a cycle for 4.5 years now. I love him tremendously, and I thought we were over the 2019 drama, as we've had a loving relationship for the past 1.5 years. I never cheated on him. I never would have thought he didn't get an STD that I had, as we were sexually active. He has given me an ultimatum to admit the truth, or lose him forever. Do I lie, to keep him around? Do I hold my integrity and lose him? Is there any scientific possibility that I never got this STD, and it was a false positive? I'm a fucking mess. Too long did not read. On and off boyfriend of 4.5 years wants me to admit to cheating on him, and getting an STD, from years ago. I didn't. I don't know why he didn't test positive for this STD, as we were sexually active. He's given me the ultimatum to confess or lose him forever. I guess I have to lose him or lie. Next time he brings it up, fire back at him, or was it you who gave it to me, and got treated before I tested, lied about not having it. And then leave him permanently, because you really don't need that in your life. Are you certain he tested negative? Did he show you proof or just tell you? Sounds like he cheated on you and passed it and is placing the blame on you. Do not lie. He will still never trust you. You will hear about your admitted infidelity for the rest of your toxic on-again off-again relationship. I can't believe you dealt with this for 4.5 years. End it. Block him. Be done. Commit to learning to love yourself and having self-respect. He's an idiot and could easily do a quick Google search and figure out it's absolutely possible for you to test positive and not have cheated. He doesn't care. He likes the drama and having the control over you. Assuming, of course, he didn't give it to you and lie about his results, which seems much more likely. You need to get out of this cycle because he will never stop. Even if you admit it, he won't stop. Break up with him and state that won't lie and admit something that you did not do. My 40M wife, 38F, only likes 2 of our kids. My wife and I have 5 kids, 4 boys and a girl, 6-17. For simplicity I'll call them Adam, Brian, Carol, David and Eric. Last week I was talking to Adam about his senior year plans, and he said something that made me reevaluate everything. I said it was bittersweet to watch him grow up because I'll miss him so much when he leaves. He said, "You will. Mom won't," very casually, like it's a known fact. I said that was ridiculous, and he just said okay. So I spent a week watching my wife, just quietly observing how she talks to our kids. I realized that Adam is right. She doesn't like him. She doesn't like Carol either. Adam and Carol are our 2 most social kids. They both have a lot of friends and do a lot of group activities. My wife and I have always been homebodies, and we prefer to stay home and read or enjoy a nice meal to going out. I noticed my wife continually makes comments about Adam and Carol, their friends and how they spend their time. Adam and Carol don't even respond, which makes me think this has been going on for a while and I just never noticed. It's even worse with David. She just ignores him, and he completely ignores her. They don't talk, at all. He spends all his free time in his room playing video games. I already knew he liked to spend a lot of time on his games, but he's always willing to talk to me about his games when I ask. Him and his mother though, radio silence. In contrast, my wife talks to Brian all day, takes great interest in everything he has to say and praises him constantly. Eric, while only 6, she is always cuddling and telling him how great he is. I don't know how I never noticed this before. I don't even know how to talk to her about this. Is there any way to raise the topic that doesn't sound like an accusation? Too long did not read. My wife is rude to 2 of our kids and ignores another one. I don't know how to talk to her about it. Sue, where were you for the past years? You just had an awakening and suddenly you see how terrible your wife is. Kinda Seuss man. The fact that you didn't notice reflects badly on your parenting too. I wouldn't even be kind about it. I'd ask her what the fuck she thinks she's doing, essentially stonewalling and mistreating her own damned kids. A good first step might be couples counseling where you can discuss this with a neutral third party. So you're both homebodies but you never realized your home was in shambles.